In general, the way that I coach it is going to be 1 gram per pound of body weight of your goal weight in protein. So if your goal is 180, we're going to eat 180. If your goal as a female is 120, 130, then that's what we're going to be aiming for. I don't tell people that, that they failed or anything if they don't get there. Anywhere from half a gram per pound of body weight up to a gram of per pound of body weight, even beyond that, is fine. So it's pretty easy to get enough protein, and it's not too hard to get 1 gram per pound of body weight. Fat and carbs, I'm not so big on caring if the fat is a certain amount. You're going to probably get enough fat. And I mean, just, if you're keeping track of it, as he said, don't go below 30, 35, something like that. But you don't want to get crazy low. But about 25%, I think, is what he said, of your calories coming from fat. That's fine. It could be a little bit higher if you tend to be a fat eater. Cheeses, fattier meats, fattier fish, whatever. But in general, keeping the fat lower is going to allow you to eat more food, because fat is very calorie dense. So in general, you will be eating less. As he said, and this is my favorite part, at the very end of that little part that I just showed you there, he said that carbs are not the enemy. The rest of them should be carbs, and that is great. They are protein sparing. Why? Because your body uses carbohydrates as energy. So if you don't have enough carbs, it will turn to your muscle if it needs it quicker. There's this common misconception that with keto and everything being so prevalent, that your body will just turn to your fat if you don't have any carbs. That's not true if it needs energy faster. If it needs energy faster, for instance, during a high intensity workout or not literal high intensity, but moderate intensity and up, instead of pulling from fat, it doesn't have time to break down that fat, so it will turn to your muscle. It'll turn to your protein. So carbs are muscle sparing. Muscle sparing means you carry more muscle. Your metabolism is naturally higher. It is a very metabolic tissue, so you want to spare that muscle, and it will help in your long-term goals for losing fat in order to take in carbs. He's also about to talk about the fullness of muscle, so you'll just feel better whenever you have enough carbs. So I cannot stress this enough. I love this point. Get enough carbs. They are not the enemy. They're going to help you lose fat. It comes down to calories, not carbs, fats, and proteins. You need enough protein, and you need to be in a calorie deficit. That's it. The rest will kind of take care of itself, especially when a person is learning at first how to lose weight and how to grocery shop better, and they're going to different places in the grocery store, and they're trying to meal prep food, and it's just a lot on the plate at once. No pun intended there. It's a lot on the plate at one time, and that's why people tend to overdo it, and then they just quit and they revert back to old habits, and it's an all or none principle. So don't stress out too much about the macros. Get enough protein, half a gram per pound of body weight, up to a gram, and a little bit beyond even. And if you're in a developed country, United States, Canada, where most of my viewers are going to be, Europe, you're getting enough protein. So really, it boils down to calories. You don't have to worry about it too much. And I know that's triggering for some people, but don't stress yourself out with it. I promise. I coach all my clients this way, and they're all losing weight. So yeah, don't worry too much about protein, carbs, and fats. Let's hop back into this guy's video.